The Marianists who served in Eastern Africa were enchanted by its beauty, the expansive valleys, open savannas, and abundant wildlife. But it's the people who touched them most. The families and children who forever changed their lives and the way they see the world. Invited by the church in the 1960s, they came to serve as teachers and administrators in Catholic schools. They soon founded Chaminade Secondary School in Karanga, a small city in rural Malawi, and Matero Boys Secondary School in Lusaka, Zambia. But not long after their arrival, they saw that poverty had a crippling hold on the lives of far too many people. In the countries of Kenya, Malawi, and Zambia, where the Marianists serve, almost half of the population live in abject poverty. The Marianists were determined to make a difference, to help the youngest and poorest develop their God-given talents and reach for a better life.
Make it a better place for you and for me. In the wild.
There are few good jobs in rural Africa. Poverty is pervasive. Most people grow their food and sell what they can at local markets. It's a hard life. Many migrate to big cities in search of something better. But the transition to city living is fraught with difficulties.
When they come from the rural areas and come to the cities, they often come without skills, and so they do not get the work that they think that should be giving them an income. They end up only finding casual work, maybe as construction workers, as house helps. And what it means is that they are not able to live a good life in the urban areas. They end up living in the slum areas.
The slums are especially dangerous, with densely packed housing and little or no police protection. Yet in Nairobi, Kenya's largest city, where the Marianists sponsor several ministries, 85% of the population, nearly 3 million people, live in one of 5 gigantic slums. Most slums house more than 450,000 people. The conditions are appalling.
It's pretty inhuman in a lot of ways. Most houses don't have electricity. There's no inside plumbing. There's no sewer system. There's no running water in homes, none of that. Typically these houses are made from corrugated iron over wood. The sewers are just open outside, so the smell is horrendous.
To partner with those living in extreme poverty, the Marianists adopted 2 educational strategies: primary schooling, particularly for children living in a slum in Nairobi, and skills training, especially for young adults, working mothers, and AIDS orphans. The Marianists sponsor a school called Our Lady of Nazareth in one of Nairobi's largest slums. It's a lifeline for many poor children. The school has more than 2,000 students in kindergarten through 8th grade. In 2007, they added a new computer lab and will soon open a media center. In addition to academics, the Marianists offer a wide range of extracurricular activities.
Education is more than just academics. We follow the characteristics of Marianist education, so we try to create a family environment, quality education, a faith community. So we support the faith of the students. That's important. That's why we're there.
The school also provides students with a hot breakfast each morning called uji, a type of porridge, and lunch. For many, this is the only food they will eat all day.
The food situation is also very challenging for many families. When you get a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old who's had no breakfast, that affects their learning capability. They get sleepy, they fall asleep, they can't be as focused. They like coming to the school. And in fact, what we have to do very often is chase them away at the end of the day because the school is safe, it's hospitable, it's friendly. We have a beautiful library there, and we have electricity, and we have water. So all of those things are real pluses for these kids. Kids know that education is their way out of the slums. It's the key for their future. And so they're focused, it's valuable to them.
Working in the slums, the Marianists noticed unwed mothers and pregnant women were particularly vulnerable. Many had been abandoned by their husbands and had no work skills. The Marianists felt it was critical to help.
African women are really central to the family. They hold the families together. They really do. And in the slum areas, they're really essential. I've heard people say, when you educate a woman, you educate the whole family.
The Marianists started the Amani projects to provide these women with counseling, skills training, and daycare for their children. The women are offered an array of technical training so they can earn an income and support their families. Thousands have graduated from this program since its inception in 1986. Amani also provides skills training for young adults in Nairobi, such as electrical, metalwork, catering, hairdressing, and other trades that empower them to earn a living. The Marianists operate a similar program in the Kenyan coastal city of Mombasa. Training is the first step. The Marianists also created a program to help graduates succeed through small loans and business counseling.
We also run a small microfinance project or program, which when they finish, they are not able to get the job, we give them small loans, and this they do in groups, maybe of 9 or 10, so that they are accountable to each other. And if one faults, then they have to check what is happening to our member, and that gives them the support that they need. So we change their lives by moving them from a dependent situation to be independent and to say, I am a human person, I am able to take care of myself.
HIV/AIDS has devastated many African countries. Though new medications are improving the lives of people living with the disease, AIDS has long-term consequences.
You go to the rural areas in Malawi, and what greets you is grandmothers who are taking care of their grandchildren. We have young people who are taking care of their siblings because the parents have passed on. It affects every part of life in the community.
To help the community, especially young adults orphaned as a result of AIDS, the Marianists began a skills training program in Karanga, Malawi called Miracle. Here, young people are offered classes in social well-being and job skills. Electrical installation, bricklaying, tailoring, and catering are some of the trades that enable students to get a job or start their own business. Thousands of students have graduated from this program since it was launched 15 years ago. There are 175 million Roman Catholics in Africa, one of the fastest growing Catholic regions in the world. Today, more than 50 Marianist brothers and priests in Eastern Africa partner with the poor to improve their lives. Their impact is inspiring.
When you give a young person the opportunity to go to school, to train, and then you unlock this unbelievable capacity in them, you give them a lifeline. So kids who initially were living in the slum areas, kids who were initially were doing odd jobs, put them through the education, and is the greatest development that you can give to that child. They become someone. They become resourceful to themselves. They become an asset to the society.
For me, it's a real charge to see kids take their God-given talents, to see those developed, and to see them able to live a dream. Sometimes when I give talks to people in parishes and so on, people will come up and they say, I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty. You know, I have a nice home, I have nice cars, we take vacations, we have good education, we have running water. I feel so guilty. And I tell them, you know, guilt is not an evangelical response. The evangelical response is, first of all, gratitude. Gratitude. Realizing that, yes, there are inequities in our world. We happen to have a lot of benefits, so be grateful for that. The second one is generosity.
One way to be generous is through the Student Sponsorship Program at Our Lady of Nazareth. For just $135 per year, you can help a child attend primary school.
Our overhead is about 2%. So 98 cents on a dollar goes right to that school, right to those kids. And I think that's a pretty good percentage. So for me, that's a real plus. That's a wonderful thing to see. We're helping these kids physically, we're helping them educationally, we're helping them socially, and it's making a difference. And as I say, a little bit goes a long way.
There are many ways you can help.
I would like people to know that our mission in the region is a spiritual mission, it's a development mission. It goes back to the Magnificat of Mary. And finally, I want people to know that they are invited in any way possible to be part of singing this Magnificat with us in whatever way they have, in whatever talents they have, because we believe everybody has something to offer.